Hello, this is Luke, and today I will show you Landing. Landing is a cooperative game for 2 players. There is a solo mode, there is a 2 teams mode, but here I will show you the 2-player mode, the pilot and the co-pilot of this plane, and you have to land it in the airport. How to set up? Here you have your cockpit. Here is the final approach and the airport, and here we have the altitude. We put some plane token because we will have to avoid them before landing, and there is some cockpit token. Here is for the axis, and here is for the 3 different parts of the speed. Here you have your logbook because it's an evolutive game. If you win, if you land it perfectly the first times, you will open new envelope to discover new material, new component, and new rules and new airports. So how to play? At the beginning of a turn, each player rolls his 4 dice and keep it secretly. One by one, players will put the dice on the cockpit. There is blue parts, red parts, and both. Here can the 2-player play. So, choose, for instance, to open one of my landing gear, to open one of the flap, okay? They both have an impact on the speed. There is for the flap here and for the landing gear here. We have to open these 2 parts before landing, so we have time. Here we have to prepare the brake for the final speed. Here is to make radio call. For instance, if I put 1 here, I making a radio call to avoid the 4th plane. Hey, go out on the first zone, first area, with a 3, 1, 2, 3. This one is going out. But in a turn, 2 of my dice have to put here. On the axis, we are looking at the difference between the 2 dice, and here is 1 more to the right. And we have to look at the addition of the 2 dice of speed. That's my 2 engines. Here is a 6. 6 is in the middle zone, so at the end of the turn, my approach is 1, and altitude in each case is also 1. I have 7 turns. So I take back my 4 dices and begin a second turn, rolling dice and so on. So we have to use all these parameters, taking axis in the middle part, choosing my approach, choosing my speed of approach to avoid different planes, and being on the airport when the altitude is 0. So here is the game. The main part, the main mechanic is to keep it secretly. We can't talk about the dice we have. So we have to choose each dice we will play at first, and in which part I will play it, to give maximum informations to my partners, and so on. The game is evolutive. For instance, we could discover new parameters to manage, like kerosene, and we have all the parts of the cockpit have an expert part. For instance, for the radio call here, I could make only small radio call on the 3 first area of the approach. I will also discover all the airport with new parameters, with new events, so with new rules. So here is Landing, cooperative game, pilot and co-pilot, parameters to manage to make a perfect landing. So if you are interested by this game, do not hesitate. Bye!